Mikel, I was just going to ask you, what's your appreciation of City? I mean, you know them inside out. Are they the best team of the Premier League era right now?
Probably, yes. They're an incredible team, incredibly well coached. The culture, as they said, that winning hunger, to do one season, 2, 3, 4, you need a lot of good people around that has the capacity to set that belief, those demands. They have incredible players, that's for sure, but that's not enough. There is something else there, and big credit to them for the way they've done it and the consistency that they showed, and then is the style. At the end, I think that's brought to this league something very different that probably hasn't been seen before.
So with that in mind, that your players deserve an awful lot of credit, don't they, for not just going toe to toe, but leading this title race, for so long, and matching them and going into a game tomorrow night where, if you win, you can potentially go on to win the title against.
For sure, because if you look across Europe in the last 6 years, a team that is been able to consistently get the amount of points in 6 seasons like they did, then the next one is very, very far apart. So for us to be able to be toe-to-toe with them is great. But it's not enough because we want to win it. So we need to find a different edge, and now that we are here, we're going to go and win it. And to do that, excellence is the only thing that is going to take you where we want.
And there's no sense of inhibitions amongst your players from what you've seen? They're not scared of the challenge, they're up for the challenge?
No, and if they do, just kill them. I don't want that at all.
Sorry?
Mikel, regardless of the result tomorrow, what experiences, what tangibles can your players take from such a big occasion, such a high pressurised night, in terms of their own careers and their own experiences moving forward?
Sorry, I cannot answer that question regardless of the results, because we want the results. So.
But it's
I understand.
Yeah.
A beautiful experience tomorrow night. This is what they want to take. A beautiful experience where we do what we have to do to win the game.
Because do you see any parallels with tomorrow night, with the Newcastle game at the end of last season? That was a highly pressurised night. And can your players take anything from that experience, from that night, into tomorrow night?
I don't think so, because if not, we would have to go back to the previous game that we played at Anfield, or the previous one that we played at Spurs when we played the season before. No, the judgment would depend on the result, that's for sure. But I think it's a very different scenario with very different players as well.
Mikel, you know Pep so well, he knows you so well. It's quite a unique situation for this kind of title race. How does that affect your preparation and your in-game coaching, that you do know how he thinks?
I don't know. We know each other really well. We've seen, and we have played against each other now a few times. Very difficult to predict, but we know what we are trying to do and where we want to take the game. That's for sure. But after that, fortunately, it's down to the players. We want to help them as much as possible. This is the beauty of football. 5 years ago, somebody would tell me that we'll be in this position, him at City, me at Arsenal, and going toe-to-toe with them. A beautiful experience.
I guess what I'm saying, if I was a City player and I'd worked with you, I'd know that you had a deeper understanding of my strengths and my weaknesses, and that would have an impact on the game. Is that not how you see it?
If it's an impact that is positive for us, then it's a good thing, and we will try to take the game there. But I think they will try to do the same.
Last couple.
Hi, Mikel. You mentioned City has been at the top of the league for so many years. What it takes to be at that level for so long?
Well, first of all, a club that is extremely ambitious and always wants to get better. And when you have won, they can to win again and win again and win again and win again. A coaching staff, a staff that is constantly pushing in the same direction, and they are very consistent with the messages and with the demands that they put on them. And after, get the team evolving, having good players to excellent players to even better players with experience of winning. We bring in even better players, constantly making the right decisions in the right time, which is very necessary, and in the key moments deliver to win, because you can do a lot of things in the key moments. You have to have that extra thing to win it. But the consistency that they had is incredible.
Looking at the game tomorrow night.
What makes you confident that you can win that game?
What I've seen when we played against them, what I've seen all season, and what I've seen the way we have prepared, and we are still preparing the game for tomorrow.
No.
Okay, I was just looking at the City squad the other day, and you sort of see their bench, and you said it's almost impossible to say who's going to play for them. They've got so many resources, and how do you compete with a team when you've got, Foden on the bench and Bernardo Silva or Mahrez? They've got so many options all the time.
In a different way, trying to get the best and squeeze in every single drop that with the resources that we have, and whether it is our history as well, our people, and how we have turned things around. The end is that we created the staff that we have, and then getting the best out of the players every single day, and having someone that you looked at and you said, this is the level, pushes everybody, because if not, you say, maybe this level is enough. Here, the level is there, and you have to seek for that. You have to do every single day, and that's an inspiration as well. You have to use it that way. I think that is what is going. It took everybody to those demands, and then you can excel because you don't know your limits. And we have seen it with many players, especially this season, where at their age they never done it. You never seen a team with that age to do what they've done. Why they've done it? Because they've seen this. This is a level, and I really want to be there, and that's been an inspiration as well.
Do you feel almost a bit jealous though that, when you lose players, it sort of affects your team? When City lose a couple of players, it doesn't really affect them at all. They're always going to have those resources and put them above everyone else.
And this is what we have, and I cannot be happier with the players that we have and how they try to do things, and injuries in the right moment for us. We're losing 3 players that we lost, or 4 players. It's not great, but we have to adapt. And if you want to win a championship, you're going to have to go through those moments, and you're going to have to somehow overcome that situation, and we have to show that now.
Last one, Nick.
We talk a lot about how you prepare the players for this game, but how do you prepare yourself in terms of being able to put the right messages across for a challenge like this? Do you do anything differently? Do you listen to anyone different, or keep it the same?
No. First of all, prepare something that I really believe in, that I can transmit it in the right way, and if anything, this game, simplify it. Instead of complicating it, just simplify as much as possible, and visualize how we're going to do it. That has to work.
Is there anything in the coaching courses that can prepare you for a big game like this?
I think the coaching courses are really, really important because they give you the foundation, and as well they guide you for who you want to be as a coach. Not only the tactical, but how you're going to manage the team or the board or your supporters, the people around you. They are really necessary. But now it comes down to one moment. That moment is as well who you are, and being authentic to yourself, and doing what you believe is the best way to win the game.